Liam, your name has been floated for Coach of the Year talks. Is that something that's even on your mind right now, something you even think about?
No, man. I mean, that's the furthest thing from your brain at the moment. You're so focused on the day-to-day in terms of just trying to keep getting better as a group. We're learning so much every day that, that's not even close.
Hey, Liam, Jets have 2 takeaways to your no interceptions. What you see on tape, are they breaking up passes and just haven't had some luck?
Yeah, they definitely had their hands on. They're playing sticky match coverage, and you can definitely see their ability to attack the football when it is in the air. Just haven't gotten one down yet. And Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes do a really good job in terms of the back end, and they want to be aggressive and play sticky match coverage at times. So there's a good blend of it. It's just a matter of kind of getting their hands on one and taking it down.
Team overall, the Jets are 3-3 in their last 6. So what areas of improvement are you seeing from the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the special teams unit can score, right, in both the return games and punt and kickoff return at any time. Has definitely provided a spark. I mean, one of the best special teams units in the National Football League right now. And they can score from anywhere with those backs and with some of the skill players they've had. So you can just see that they've definitely taken steps in terms of improving as a team. And I mean, it's a process, right? And usually you got good leadership and discipline within your organization and your team, you're going to see some sort of improvements, which they have. And they're playing fast in all 3 phases.
With a little bit of an unknown at the quarterback position, especially if it is Cook, the undrafted free agent rookie, how do you prepare for somebody? Limited action last week and otherwise. I mean, do you go back, watch the Mizzou tape?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely things you take a look at from the past, and with all 3 of those quarterbacks that you have to be kind of prepared for. So all 3 of them a little bit different in their own way, but also from what they're trying to do offensively, coming from Detroit, they want to be able to run the football, be physical. So I think that's where it really starts for those guys. And whoever's playing quarterback, we just got to make sure that we're prepared for.
What do you feel like's clicked maybe for Trevor over the last 4 weeks, but particularly the last 2 weeks too?
I think just, definitely has a great understanding throughout the week of the plan. He's worked very hard at going through, I think, some of the reads versus maybe different looks or what we are expecting versus maybe what could occur, and going through that with Spence and Grant a lot. And he's been throwing it well. He threw it really well in practice. I know practice doesn't always carry over for whatever reasons. You try not to over-analyze it that much, but when we were soaking the ball up pretty good on Thursday, he was spinning it really good, and he has been. He's been throwing it good, I think, for especially the last 4 weeks, as you mentioned. It's not anything necessarily that's changed, about anything that we've done with him, or he's, I think he's just starting to feel more and more comfortable within the system and within the guys that he's playing with.
When a quarterback can play comfortable and be that confident, what does it do for the rest of the team?
Yeah, it's huge. Especially to be able to, like I said the other day, attack every blade of grass offensively. That's something that not just the offense feels, right, but the defense and special teams as well, because of being able to sustain drives and be able to create some explosives. It's definitely something that gets momentum, I think, for the rest of the team. And anytime your leaders are playing at your best and playing at their best, it's a good sign for your team.
Driving home in back-to-back weeks, 2 months, is that something that's exciting, something that can help you guys?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I think that from a schedule standpoint, especially for us as players and coaches and staff, it's definitely a little helpful when you're knowing that you're going to head out west again soon. So it's one of those things that you're able to get into a little bit different routine, being at home for 2 weeks, and the guys, just their schedule, their travel, and all that is definitely helpful.
And has it impressed you how guys have been able to kind of stay focused on just the next game and not looking too far ahead, not making anything more than what it is?
Yeah, I think that's our jobs together. It's so any given Sunday in this league, as we know, and so we're not in a position to be thinking about anything else but today and having a great day of preparation and work and practice and get ready for third downs tonight. So that's got to be the focus.
What about Breece Hall?
In both the run and the pass is where, he's a weapon to score at any time. He's been doing that since Iowa State. The creativity when he does get the ball in his hands, and he's bigger, strong, athletic. I mean, he's got a lot of tools, and I just remember always thinking he's just a damn good football player. He's just somebody you want to try to get the ball to in so many different ways. So a lot of respect for him.
Breece Hall didn't get much work last week. Was that injury related or fumble related or just more work for Allen?
It was just kind of the way the game was going a little bit, and it was kind of weird. We just never got into a great rhythm running it at times. So it was just we go forward a little bit, have a couple of successful runs, went backward a little bit, and just never got into a great flow. So we're going to need to continue to ascend. When he gets the ball out in space, being able to make some of those guys miss at in the secondary so that he can go use that elite trait that he has, which is, roll. And so that's something that we need from him to continue to move forward as an offense.
Coach, you guys hit on the deep ball pretty well. Talk about how impressive that was, even in the rain.
Yeah, it was awesome to see some, hard work pay off throughout the course of the season, practice, Mamba periods, and to see it pay off on Sunday was definitely beneficial for us. Just getting BT going, but not just him, but Tim getting a couple of down the field shots too. So that was great to be able to get a little bit more explosive in the pass game for sure. And some of those balls were dimes.
Building on that, a lot of great patience from TJ in the run game, setting up those blocks. Man, just talk about his growth from week to week.
Yeah, TJ's. He's been huge for us, right? It's when he gets going for us, he's definitely a really impactful player, and both that we've seen in the screen game as well. But not just that, but being able to hit. I think the good run on the first touchdown was a really good run because you're in goal line and somebody's going to be free, and so he ends up doing a great job of just hitting it and running through contact and falling forward into the end zone. And then you see on the second one where he's now a little bit behind a few blockers, but is him in space, being able to go make somebody miss and score, as we've seen a few times this season. So the more we can get him going, the better.
Coach, you said on Monday that it's important you guys don't let your foot off the gas. Just how do you go about instilling that and making sure the team doesn't sleep on the Jets?
Yeah, we just have no room for it at all. We're just not in a place where we can, say that when you're trying to improve as a team, and there's still a lot to continue to correct on tape. It allows us to keep coaching and to keep trying to improve as a team. Mature football teams don't let any of that creep into our minds and into our thought process, and so that's the message right now.
Van Lanen done enough to earn a starting spot?
Who's that?
Cole Van Lanen.
I think so. I think there's he's played enough really good football for us. We've got a great situation right now where you've got depth at multiple positions of people that have had to play for us a lot. This shows up in multiple positions all throughout the team, right? You can point to the defensive side of that for things, receiver position. A lot of different positions that guys have been fortunate enough to, step up, play well, help lead us, to get to where we are right now. And the message in the locker room is, hey, guys, there's a lot of guys that are coming back right now, and for us to continue to go where we want to go, we got to use that as an edge. And that depth and experience that we've gotten has to be collective and having a team-first mindset about everything we do.
This late in the season, how often do you introduce a brand new play based on opponent, based on what you learned about the guys?
I'd say it's extremely seldom.
Are there variations as you learn more about guys that they maybe put them in a different spot, and how much do you enjoy that part of getting back in the lab?
Yeah, that's kind of more, I would say, what it's about at this time of the year is, just trying to maybe show and run the things that you've done well or you've maybe done before, and try to make it look a little bit different than maybe what you've put on tape. And that's the chess match that continues to evolve in this league, and you see so many great examples of it when you watch tape on throughout the week of everybody around this league and how creative people are, and then the defenses obviously trying to match and do different things that are really cool to see as well. A lot of smart football coaches in this league, so you just got to make sure that you're finding a balance between new repetition and just kind of changing the picture on these guys.
The Jets' return game, 2 punts and a kickoff, they've returned for touchdowns. You guys have had experience. Tennessee obviously was really accomplished in that. How much does that experience help preparing for this matchup, and who have been some of the guys in coverage that have really caught your eye throughout the season?
Yeah, I think our special teams units have, rose to many occasions and played at a high level. Heath and Luke do a great job getting those guys a solid plan each week to go and attack, but also be prepared. And I think if you really look at Antonio Johnson's continued to be a really good gunner for us this year. Jarian Jones has done some really good things. Obviously, Lane is one of the better ones that we've been around in terms of the way that those guys have played. And I just think it's been a really group effort. Quentin Morris has been phenomenal on kickoff at times. Devin Lloyd's played a kickoff for weeks, guys. And it's hard for people to block him. So it's just great to see the coverage units with the mindset and mentality that they've had this year, and then Cam and Logan being on it.
They took the defense down to the studs, I guess, a little bit by week. I think guys have obviously responded.
Who's that? New York? You said no. Campy. Yeah. Yep.
So why does that work?
Yeah. I don't know. I've always just been told, obviously young, doing this, not many years, but I've just always heard from, college to early on coaching in the Ivy League to the CAA to the SEC to the NFL was when you're struggling, just you got to go back to fundamentals and basics and technique and doing the things that they are going to be pillars of your fundamental of your foundation of what you believe in, what you want it to be, but also look at what is too much for these guys to handle and what allows them to go and just play fast, because that's what it really is about. There's so many plays, there's so many routes, there's so many coverages and blitzes and stuff that you can do and you maybe want to do, and when your players can do it all, well, that's great, but that sometimes takes time. And for us to get good at anything, we got to get good at what we want to be for the most part. What do we really want to be? And so I think that's something that they looked at doing, and I think that's what it comes down to.
Back to the play calling, just one more on the Jets. The 3rd and 9 to Tim has gotten, or sorry, not to the Jets, so last week against the Colts. The 3rd and 9 to Tim has gotten a lot of love nationally. When you look back on that play, is it the play design? Is it Tim? Is it Trevor? What did you take most pride in? Was
that the zero blitz that he spun out of there?
Yeah. What do you take most pride in from that?
Well, that was, we'd like to have been in a different protection there, and we've something that we would have not had a free runner on there. But what I'm proud about that play is that's 2 guys making a play. That's what that is. We had good runaways versus man, but that's Trevor. Okay, we didn't win the cycle of snap pre-snap, right? Because we didn't get the right protection. But he makes a play and made an unbelievable throw. And that's just 2 guys playing football and making a play and being at their best when their best is required. So I think that's what really makes you pumped about watching those kind of plays, is because that's guys doing it, and that's within the scheme, but man, they're helping us. They're getting us out of a bad situation. And I think that's kind of the cool give and take with playing and coaching, is when they can have our backs too, I mean, and we have each other's like that, I think that's pretty cool to see.